Listening to Jules Radio Show. Alright. Hello, Wisdomer. I'm back. I hope you are well right now. I just got up this morning and I thought I'd do my morning meditation practice and just, do what I have to do in order to be the best that I can do as well. Yeah, so yeah, yesterday it's been, you know, quite hot weather we're having lately actually. It's like the things, you know, either they say that is climate change the answer and shit and all that shit. And I'm thinking to myself that, this thing interests me, like this economic, recession, like I said before in a couple of episodes, it's like this, such a Western world is supposed to have so much money, and, our government does have a duty of care for the people in Australia. But it's quite interesting, like, you know, that how the council just keeps putting up your rates every year, and it's costing you what, nearly 10 grand, well, probably $10,000 a year just to live in your own house, and yet the council don't do anything for your community. Like, they're not even fixing up any potholes and shit like that. This is just stupid how they're allowed to get away with that shit. Because that's just not cool. That's not good shit to do that. You know. I suppose, yeah, you got to find that. Well, we the people, we the taxpayers need to stand up for our rights and know that we've got to find, well, what is the problems that need to be solved with taxpayers' money, because you're paying your land rates every year, and then you find that, well, and it's just like get treated like garbage. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. Or you're paying your rent, and the landlord is just a greedy bastard, and he just doesn't care. He just wants his rent and not going to fix the place. I've heard a lot of the tenants getting screwed over because landlords take advantage of tenants and they try to scare them, but they don't go by their duty of care for a tenant, because when you have a tenant in this country, you're supposed to, like, yeah, maintain the house. And I know this is going on in other countries too. And then you think, why? Uh, why do, you know, people want to take advantage of tenants like that in this world? And then, like I said, the cost of food is going up every year. You know that. food prices are going up so much, and people are struggling just to have food, which is and do you honestly think that will our Western world of Australia be heading to a third world country? Because the United States of America is heading that way, almost to a third world country, and it's a shame. You get illegal immigrants crossing the border, coming into the US, getting free. They get what, free healthcare, and after that, it's like, a US citizen, working hard, you're paying your taxes, you're doing all the right thing, and then it's like it's just a kick in the teeth. The truth does eventually come out with the Hunter Biden laptop saga as well. You know, and I feel that it's like what has happened to our nation in this world. You know that what has happened to our island nation in this world. You know that, and I think too that we've got to wake up as voters and say, hey, something's not right here. You know, something is just not right. You know that. And I think too that we've got to know that yeah, we've got to stand up for the truth. And sooner or later that the Australia needs to, I'd say, wake up to itself, the Australian economy, and know that you know the cost of living crisis is very hard on working class families and middle class families as well. You know, and I think now that we've got to see that the future of Australia needs to wake up to itself as well. And I think despite all the problems with recession in the world and climate change debate, because too much is going on with climate change issues that are not being, spoken the truth. Like I said before, Al Gore was the biggest scammer in history on climate change. But for me, it's just taking a day at a time and knowing that, yeah, I have the right to, you know for a fact that what I'm doing now on the Stephen Shields radio show is, yeah, bringing you the truth and freedom of speech. All right, 22.8 degrees Celsius today. Feels like 26.2 degrees Celsius. Low of 19 degrees Celsius. Top of 32 degrees Celsius. 0 to 1 millimeter of rain. Partly cloudy. Current weather today, south 4 kilometers an hour wind, 4 kilometers an hour gust, 89% humidity, rain since 9 a.m. yesterday. Rain, 75% high chance of no rain, 50% medium chance of no rain, 25% low chance of less than 1 millimeter of rain. Sydney, Australia today, partly cloudy. The chance of fog early this morning, mainly in the west, slight 20% chance of a shower. The chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon, light winds becoming northeasterly, 20 to 30 kilometers an hour in the middle of the day with a moderate fire danger rating. 6:14 a.m. sunrise today, 8:07 p.m. sunset, waxing crescent, moon phase. First quarter tomorrow is the next moon phase. 11 extreme max UV index, 9:10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sun protection is recommended as well. So yes, flip, slop, slap tomorrow. Showers with storms predicted, low of 21 degrees Celsius, top of 33 degrees Celsius. Monday, sunny with showers predicted, low of 21 degrees Celsius, top of 26 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 19 degrees Celsius, a top of 27 degrees Celsius. Wednesday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 18 degrees Celsius, top of 27 degrees Celsius. Thursday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 18 degrees Celsius, top of 31 degrees Celsius. Friday, sunny partly cloudy, a low of 19 degrees Celsius, and a top of 31 degrees Celsius. But yeah, there's so much fear in the media now about, you know, how things like, you know, the economy as well, how it's always changing, I guess, you know. And I think too that we have to see, now as time goes on, you know, right now. And we think that as all the issues of COVID-19 that we've had to live with and deal with in the last 2 years has been, what can I say? I'd say a struggle. You know that. And it's like, well, they want to change the day of Australia Day, which is just quite stupid in general. Like, why you want to get political all over Australia Day? Yeah, we have enough problems with the recession at the moment. It's like one of the councils took down the Australia flag, which is just a slap in the face to Australia. Australia's got a lot of history. Now, I'm an Australian citizen. I love my country. But yet, the left-wing government, the Greenies and the Labor government, want to get all PC culture now, like PC principle, and say, oh, you're a racist. You know, they want to label you like you're a racist, which is disrespectful, it's offensive, and I don't like it. You know that? And it's yeah, quite sad that this is happening. You know, really is sad. But for me, it's just been about how can we solve these problems as well? What you know problems need to be worked out in general? That. But the idea of Australia Day was a public holiday in general. You know, Australia Day is all about celebrating Australia Day and finding, well, what is mean to be an Australian citizen. And I think that we've got to know where we are going to be in the future of our island nation. Now, I'm a man of my word. I'm a man to say that the worldwide economy needs a change of economy. All this inflation, stagflation going on, it's just hurting the economy. It's damaging the economy. It's hurting taxpayers' money because it's like, well, the more money you earn, the more the government takes off you. And then you just get fed up with it after a while because enough's enough. That's not fair, isn't it? You bust your ass off for 40, 50 hours, even 80 hours a week if you're really pushing it. You come home tired, and it's like, we're just going to take half of your money. The government says, we're going to take our cut. I mean, that's not fair. You work hard, and then this is how you get treated. It's like Veteran Affairs and the DVA are just treating our veterans like they're garbage, and they're just nothing. Which is, why should it ever get like that in the world? And then I'm thinking to myself, well, it was like this ever since Paul Keaton got elected. Always stirring up trouble with inflation in the 90s, stirring up trouble, which is not good. And I hopefully for the future of our island nation, I see that I guess Australia can become a better place in the future, even the American economy, because yeah, we need money to live. Unfortunately, nothing's free in this world. I mean, what would happen if everything was for free? I mean, how would the world be? You know, and I think now as I get older and I get more wise, every 30 years old this year, and I'm looking at, we got to make a difference. It's been very hard on small businesses for the last 2 years, and like I said, I'd rather go support a small business than a corporation. You know that because supporting your small businesses is so much more better than supporting a huge mining corporation as well. And from what I know now, and from how I've grown as a person spiritually, is I do think the more we can support small businesses and keep small businesses going, the better it is. Now, there is good and bad to the corporation as well, but I remember what I had a small person say to me once that, well, one day when I'm not here, you'll be surrounded by corporations. Yeah, he's right. I agree. What happened to the old Mitre 10 stores that we used to have, and the home hardware? Like half the time you go to Bunnings, I don't know. They don't have a fucking idea what you're going on about, and that's just not right. That's un-Australian, and we just can't keep having this anymore. It's not cool. This is some bad shit. Very bad shit. But it's like, we saw, last year with the Transport Sydney train strike, the railway line strike as well. The New South Wales government of Dominic Perrottet, but very good at blaming the Labor Union. I mean, I'd be pissed. Oh, there's nothing worse when you're going on a commute and then all of a sudden, oh, they're going to strike last minute. That's stupid. I'm fed up. We need more governments to tell us the truth in this world. At the moment, you know, it's the cost of living problem, and yet this was the promise from Anthony Albanese. Oh, the Labor government was going to decrease your cost of living and your power bills and your pharmaceutical bills and blah 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 blah. Which is this is what the Labor government do, and the Greens and Lydia Thorpe going around and stirring up trouble in Parliament, behaving very inappropriately for the Greens party. And this is just not good. This is not good shit. Bad shit. I even spoke about it in, quite a few episodes ago about tech corporations, how they're controlling you politically and trying to control your thinking to eliminate your free thinking. And that's not good. That's bad shit. You know, the problems going on in Alice Springs of Australia now. Uh, there's so much, crime out there, which is, you know, I think people are living in fear. You know that youth crime has gone up so much in the Alice Springs of the Northern Territory now. You know, and then you think, why is this going on? I mean, Anthony Albanese, if you're listening to this, you got to fix up Australia bad. You know, you got to fix up these problems in the Northern Territory. Like I said before, there was a royal commission into the Dondale Youth Detention Centre. Goes to show the corruption in the justice system that we have, even in New South Wales. Everywhere the justice system is corrupt. But now is a time for change. Now is a time for a revolution. Now is a time to get the answers and stop the bullshit from the Labor Party, and to know that, well, sooner or later, the truth must come to light. I mean, all government parties are corrupt at the end of the day. There's corruption in every party. But for me, it's all about believing in my freedom of speech, believing in myself, and knowing that what I stand by is the freedom of speech. Because freedom of speech, I believe we all have the right to do. Now, I said this before, hate speech or bullying is not acceptable. That's not right. You get these far right-wing conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones going off his head, and, he made comments about the Sandy Hook massacre in 2012. I mean, that's just not right. You know, sometimes in life you just got to learn to pull the plug, and you know, I mean, you get Piers Morgan uncensored on Sky News Australia. But a lot of these uncensored shows, I think, I mean, I don't know, they just go too far. Especially like Alex Jones, hearing him rant for 3 hours because, you know, look, I don't know. All right, it's like I said before, the Democrats want to silence your rights to freedom of speech, your rights to, they want to tax you, same as the Labor Party. They want to tax you to the point where it's getting almost impossible just to have a small business, especially your rates are going up so much. And it's like, well, it's like the council just only care about the money. That's all they care about, money. They don't care about you. And I spoke to one of the shop owners yesterday at Australia Post. I asked this question about rates, and it's getting to the point where the council's trying to make people sell their houses so they can just buy up their land. It's like it's just not fair. It costs you what, 10 grand or something a year to live in your house, and they do jack shit. And you go and see the council workers just standing around with their hands in their pockets doing nothing. I mean, that's not right. So stand up for your rights out there, in a nice way, of course. But I'm just so fed up with, people just getting greedy, ripping people off, and only caring about money to the point where money has to be the be all end all in some people's lives. So that's all they give a shit about, money, you know. But other things too. Alan Jones, sorry, is returning on the 4th of February on ADH TV, I think, which would be good. It'd be great to hear Alan Jones back on ADH TV again, which would be amazing. Looking forward to more episodes with Alan Jones. I'm from a younger generation, so for me, I never listened to Alan Jones when I was younger. Uh, it's good to see that he is appealing to young people as well, which is nice. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more episodes as well on ADH TV. Oh, sorry, it's the 7th of February, guys. My apologies for that. Thought it was the 4th of February. It will be the 7th of February as well. Yeah, I highly recommend any of my conservative listeners out there, to listen to Alan Jones or watch Alan Jones if you can, because you can learn a lot from Alan Jones about how the world of Australian politics works and American politics. Peggy Grande as well. She's a great woman, very very knowledgeable. I think she's awesome. And yeah, Sky News Australia too is another good show as well and Fox News as well, because you know there's so much BS out there in life, you know, and that's how I feel. We've got to have freedom of thinking and freedom of our views back in the world, despite the recession and economic crisis going on. This is what I'm here for. This is what I do on this show. All I've ever wanted to do was give freedom of speech to you, and this is what the Stephen Shields radio show is all about: freedom of speech and having freedom of view, freedom of speech, and free thinking as well. Because in our school system, like I've said before, they Australian history, there is so much to learn about our country, but yet all we were taught was the Aboriginal people were the first to take our land, uh, gender equality, what else? Yeah, we were never really taught how to do our times tables properly. In the old days, they make you drill your times table. Now, I'm not a mathematically gifted person, but I could say from our education point of view with our kids these days, they should be learning about our country, Australian history, even about the Aboriginal people, not being taught about gender equality and you're racist and homophobia and all this BS. I mean, people can do what they want to do in their own time, but as soon as they want to get all political shit about gender equality and what the Greens and the left are doing, it really starts to give me the shits. It's like climate change. They're teaching kids about climate change. Pat Cummins, too, the Australian captain, going around telling people, oh, we're going to invest in solar energy and solar panels, blah, 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 climate change. Again, this is how all this PC culture is now with people. Al Gore was probably the biggest scammer ever for climate change. He was trying to go and make a business with climate change, I think. How many politicians out there are going to stand up for our education system? We look back to Robert Menzies' 18 years Prime Minister. You know, Kids aren't taught in school about Robert Menzies and Bob Hawke and what good they did for our nation. I remember going to school in the 2008 global financial crisis when Kevin Rudd was our Prime Minister, and I just thought things were shit. Clearly that in our government schools, they're not providing kids with the proper education. Kids are living in poverty, unfortunately. And it's like, well, why? Why are kids going to school hungry? I've been in that situation too, not having, money to go to the canteen, which was very highly embarrassing. And I look back and I think, you know, how come there is poverty in Australia? Kids should not deserve to go to school hungry because the parents are drug addicts or the parents are alcoholics and spending their money on gambling and neglecting the kids, and they end up in the foster care system, and they're 10 times likely to end up with criminal record, breaking the law. You know, so that's my views on our recession in Australia at the moment, where you know, our leaders try to scare us. But I will stand up for my beliefs. and so should you during the recession. I believe in supporting small businesses, shopping at your small takeaway shop, and knowing that our small businesses have a right to do business in this country, not being, you know, hit with all these regulations from the council, making it almost impossible just to have, you know, a shop where the mouth guard is, oh, not the mouth guard, sorry, where the rent is so expensive, you know. But yet, whenever you tell this to the Labor voters and the Greenies, they deny it. They get all upset and rebel, rebel, rebel. Oh, Stephen! That's what they do. Yeah, when the truth comes out to light, what the left like to do is they like to put shit on the Liberal part and independents like your One Nation, Katter's Party, Clive Palmer as well. I like to just talk shit and stir up trouble. I mean, obviously now we do have a lot of you know, press to deal with too, and we have a lot of, you know, things like, yeah, social and economic issues that we've got to try to abide by. You know, it's like I said before, no kids should deserve to be going to school hungry. I mean, come on. Parents chose to have kids for a reason. And it's very sad when you hear of poverty in Australia. I've been there too. I've been at points in my life where I didn't have money at the canteen. Didn't have, and I went to school hungry. I've been there, and it's shit. But I'm always willing to take help out there, and help is available. But to me, it's like, you know, the lady at the post office was telling me that is this the sign of the end times and end times control, where uh, people are just greedy for your money, and I only care about your money for starters, and they just keep increasing the cost of living, and to the point where they want to control you. You know, I mean, that's my point about the economy and the Australian economy as well. I mean, it's always been like the US dollar has to me has always been more valuable. You know, whenever you exchange, you want to buy US dollar from Australian dollar, you're always in a loss all the time. You know that. I mean, so who knows? You know that there is a saying: "Gets worse before it gets better." You know, I think we've got to. I mean, what can I say? Have our freedom of speech back, and I think too we need to know that there is help available out there for us. You know, and that's how I see it too. All right, the weather right now is 23.8 degrees Celsius. Feels like 26.4 degrees Celsius because it's probably a bit humid out there. It's a maximum of 32 degrees today, a low of 21 degrees, 0 to 1 millimeter of rain, partly cloudy. East, 6 kilometers an hour wind, 6 kilometers an hour gust, 80% humidity. Rain since 9 a.m. Rain, 75% high chance of no rain, 50% medium chance of no rain, 25% low chance of less than 1 millimeter of rain. Sydney, Australia today, partly cloudy. The chance of fog early this morning, mainly in the west. Slight 20% chance of a shower. The chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon. Light winds becoming northeasterly, 20 to 30 kilometers an hour in the middle of the day, with a moderate fire danger rating. 6:14 a.m. was the sunrise today. 8:07 p.m. sunset. Waxing crescent moon phase. First quarter tomorrow is the next moon phase. 11 extreme max UV index. 9:10 a.m. to 5 p.m. sun protection recommended. Tomorrow, showers with storms predicted, low of 21 degrees Celsius, top of 33 degrees Celsius. Monday, sunny with showers predicted, low of 21 degrees Celsius, top of 26 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, sunny with showers, low of 19 degrees Celsius, top of 21 degrees Celsius. Wednesday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 18 degrees Celsius and a top of 27 degrees Celsius. Thursday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 18 degrees Celsius and a top of 31 degrees Celsius. Friday, sunny partly cloudy, a low of 19 degrees Celsius and a top of 31 degrees Celsius. But yeah, sooner or later, things have to change in the world, I guess. And I hope we can see change in Australia. I hope that we can, find our true calling and our true voice at the same time, and just be, on alert for new trends or new ideas and new innovations coming out too. So, I always love being here and, knowing that, yes, this is my time and my time is now to be. But I love creating content and I love doing the social audio here on Wisdom. But guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show. Turn on your notifications wherever you get a new podcast. New podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Bye for now.